Hi there, and welcome to Indie Design's second Photoshop video. Today I'm going to be taking you guys through a step-by-step guide on how to make a magazine front cover on Photoshop. So, what we're going to need for this video, we're going to need to have Photoshop obviously, as well as a front cover image. It needs to be a high quality, high resolution image of yourself or whoever you want to have a front cover made of. If you don't have an original image, feel free to look onto Google and look for your favorite celebrity, musician, footballer, whoever you want. As this is just for practice purposes, it doesn't really matter who you use, just someone you want to make a front cover of. Just so you guys know, there will also be a step-by-step guide on the In Detail Design website, which you can follow along with if you want a written more, so you can take your time with the guide through the website. So yeah, now we've got all that out of the way, let's get into this video. So, assuming you already have Photoshop open, we now need to make the template for our magazine front cover. So let me show you how to do that. We need to go to File, New, and then you'll be working with this little box, and then you want your preset on international paper like mine's already on. You want it on A4 and the resolution on 300 just in case you're able to get this printed. This is the printing settings you would need. So I'm just going to name this In Detail Design Magazine, and then boom, there is our foundation for our magazine set. Okay, so step 2 of our magazine is putting our front cover image into the template we've just created. So let me do that. I've got an image already here that I wanted to put into a magazine front cover. So I'm just going to copy that over into our template, just like so. Okay, so now I've done this, I want to find a magazine I want to emulate and try to take inspiration from. So I'm going to be doing a lifestyle magazine today, which I've already got up here. You guys can do whatever kind of magazine you want, whatever your image is surrounding. If you're doing a lifestyle one, that's quite popular, like what I'm doing, sports, cycling, rugby, football, music, your choice. Look for magazines that are like that you can take a lot of inspiration from. I think this is a really good thing to do for designers who are just getting into it. This is what I did when I first started, and I even do it now sometimes if I'm getting a bit stuck with ideas. So, as you can see, this one here, I quite liked. Obviously, she's in a similar position to the model in my image. She's sitting down, and there's a lot of things you can do with the text here. I really like this big text here. It would fill the space if I do something similar to that in my image. But you don't just have to pick from one. I like the way they've done a lot of little cool stuff with the headlines here. You don't just have to pick one cover to take inspiration from. You can take it from loads. So I'm going to have a look here and see which ones I like and take things from quite a few different ones, and I think this is a really good thing for everyone to do when they're first getting into making magazines. And you can take a few things from quite a few different magazines and then make your own cover that will look really unique and amazing. So now we've got our style decided and what we want to go for. We're going to put in the guidelines into our template, which will get us set for making our magazine. So what you want to do is you want to get the rulers that are all along your left side and top of the screen. You just want to drag from there, and you want to get a 50mm indent on all the way around. I might just have to zoom in here to get that precise. So you want to do it all the way around, top, bottom, left, right. I need to go all the way up. Okay, so I'm just going to skip to when this is done. Okay, so now we've got our guidelines in place, we can now move on to putting the content into our magazine. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to name our magazine. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the toolbar on the left here, click the T, and then drag a nice box just above your model, or just covering your model a little bit, and put the name of your magazine. So I'm going to name my magazine Shine. So as you can see, I've got the name here, but it's way too small, and I don't like the font or the way it looks. So we're going to go into the window thing up here, and we're then going to click character. And this will allow us to customize the text in any way we want, give us different fonts, the sizes, the spacing between each letters, and actually the height and width of the letters themselves. So if we like the width of it, but we don't like the height, we want it to be a bit taller or a bit shorter, we can edit that with this character tool, and this is what you need to use when creating your title. So let me just do this quickly and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm happy with the way the name of our magazine looks. I'm going to move into the stories, but just wanted to add something quickly. If you did want to change the way the name of your magazine looks anyway, you can double click on here, and it will give you a few more options such as drop shadows, strokes, and outer glows, inner glows. There's quite a few options within here if you want to do some more different stuff to it. However, I'm quite happy with the way my one looks for now, so I'm going to leave that setting for now, but feel free to anything else to yours if you wish to. So I'm now going to move on to the stories. With the stories, you basically just want to make sure the stories, for now, we're not going to format them too much, we're just going to basically make them fill the space you want them to fill. And you can refer back to the magazines you want to style from if you wish to, or you can do that later on, but for now I'm just going to add the stories around the model in my image. So for example, here I will have a bigger font size than I would do obviously in these smaller spaces. So let me get on with this and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so now that we've got our headlines on our front cover, we now need to style them, and we can do that by adding colours to them, changing the font, reorganizing them, and also using our character box, and that way we can change the spacing between some of the letters so they can fill the space a bit better or fill the space a bit less, so they're not, you know, covering too much of the model or whatever. So what you can also do is, if you wanted, you can also download fonts if the magazine cover you're trying to emulate has specific fonts that you don't have already on your computer. You can just download them online. You can find a lot of fonts for free, and this is really easy to do. I'm not going to be covering this in this video. However, if there is a, if you guys want me to do a video tutorial on how to download fonts, I'm more than happy to do that, but I'm going to keep it just to doing the magazine cover today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time trying to get these fonts looking unique and different, so I'm going to spend some time doing that now, and I will cut in if there's anything technical that I want to show you guys that I think will be educational for you guys when you're learning how to make your front cover. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so I just wanted to point something out really quickly. A really cool tip that I use is I use the ruler here, I drag it across, and as you can see with the Athena's Incredible Story, is I've used it in like conjunction with the character tools. Here I've used it so I can help make this tagline and the headline of the story all aligned together, and I think that's a really good way to help keep your magazine looking neat and organized. Anyway, back to the time loop. Alright guys, now we're done adding all of our styling to our fonts on our front cover. It's time to add the finishing touches to this magazine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some finishing touches to the name of this magazine to make it maybe slightly longer. I think I'm just going to do some slight touches to that, and then I'll show you guys how to cut out the head of, or just part of the head of my model here, so you can put it over the title of your magazine, because I think that really makes the model stand out and it gives a bit more depth to the image of your magazine front cover. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and then I will do another time loop of me just doing any other finishing touches you want to do. The other finishing touches that a lot of people want to do is add a barcode here to this bottom right part. I'm not going to, because the front cover I'm trying to emulate doesn't have a barcode on it, but the one you're doing might do, and I think that's a really good way to make your magazine look that bit more professional. However, I will be adding a date and issue number down here in the bottom right corner, as that's what's on the front cover that I was looking at. So let me cut to me doing the cutting of the model really quickly, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so I've moved myself down to the bottom left to make myself a little bit more out of the way so I can get to these layers here. So what you want to do is you want to go into the layer of your title, and you want to make that invisible. Then you want to go into the layer of your model here, and you want to zoom in. And then you just need to grab hold of I'm going to use the polygonal lasso too. You can use different ones, it's up to you. So some people might want to use the magnetic here. The magnetic actually might work better, so I might give that a try first. And you basically just drag it along, and you want to create a selection around the model's hair. or just however much of the model is going to be covering the text. Let's see, because it doesn't really matter here too much because this is going to be under the text, I'm just going to drag it across quite lazily. You can just go back, up, over, and then get a nice selection there. And you want to click Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac. That will copy that, and you create a new layer, and you put that layer above where your title is, as you can see down here that I've done, and you can just click Control V, and that has copied it. And then when you click back to put in your logo back on there, boom, look at that. It looks so much better now just having her just over that title of the magazine. It makes it look that bit, as I said before, gives that bit more layering to it and a bit more depth to the image, and I'm really happy with how that's come out. So let me just cut to me doing the time loop for the rest of the stuff, just adding in the little bits down here like the date and issue number, and other than that we'll be pretty much done, and I'll wrap this video up. Alright guys, and that's us all done for today. I'll put the finished product up on the screen now. Obviously I just wanted to point out, if the more time you spend on your magazine front cover, the better the magazine front cover will be. Obviously I was limited by having to make a video, so I couldn't perfect it as I would usually, but hopefully this video has helped you guys get an idea of how to make a decent front cover for your magazine. If you're doing this for A-level or GCSE, this is a really good tutorial to help you make a really professional looking front cover. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any other, requests for videos for me to do, or you guys need to learn anything, just send me a message through the About page or message me on one of my social medias, and that's about it. Cheers guys, thank you for watching, see you next time, peace.